Good morning, guys. It's Jules. Time for another Stitch with Me, where we spend the next hour or so stitching together. I'm going to stitch on Apothecary Shop. You can stitch on whatever you like today, but Apothecary Shop is one of my favorite pieces that I'm really looking forward to seeing finished in the year whatever. But as we know, I've basically gotten like this first row done, which is this section right here. And now we're on the first page of the top row, or the second row here. And then we're going to just work our way down. I think we're just going to kind of do that for the entire piece, just to kind of have this thing just illuminate all the way through. So, gotten quite a lot done on this first page, but still so much more to go. A lot of this is just filling in with different colors right now along the top of the roof here before we get to the window reflections down here. So I went ahead and started my stitching just a little bit so I could know exactly where I needed to be. And so we're coming, I don't know what this is down here. Oh, it's some kind of loose thread. I'll have to go back and figure that out at another time. But doop-a-doo-doo, boo-doo-boo-boo, stitchy, stitchy, stitchy. Gotta make sure I get this just right for y'all. Hope you guys are having a good day. It is a Saturday morning, and it has snowed. It snowed all day yesterday and overnight, and it's still snowing just a little bit now. I think we might have gotten about 5 inches maybe. Hoping for 15, but I'll take 5. Maybe it's more. It's hard to say. But it is... it's really nice to look at. It's pretty gorgeous. So it's a great weekend for stitching because we've got football playoffs, and I'm just ridiculously excited about everything. Just about everything. So we've got 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow, and I know today what I'd like to do is I actually like to try out my bed, the bed setup with the, I haven't really stitched. I tried stitching on it once. Do I have, no, hold on, time out. Well, I've got the wrong color. I'm going to stitch over that. I've got the wrong color in that spot. But we've got, so like I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna try out my my bed setup with my bed chair, my pillow chair, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I got a snag. I got a smidge of a snag. And ow. All right, so I got a bite on my thumb. Right there. Can't really see. It was pretty good though. I got bit by one of the gerbils yesterday. A little bit of the gerbils at work. So it was my own fault. And anyway, so I'm gonna lose my. I lost it. All right, hold on. I gotta re-thread. What was I talking about? This is not starting off. This is starting off very typical for most of my Stitch with Me's. And so, oh yeah. So got the light, got the little desk. I'm kind of excited about trying it out. Boop, 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 boop. Hold on. Just gotta make sure I do this. All right, all right, all right. There we go. And here we go. So we've got a lot of football. I hope I can, stay up here and do that. I'll get a lot more stitching done if I'm upstairs, I think. Primarily just because of the puppy dogs, who insist upon climbing into my lap at every possible, especially if I'm excited about the game, whichever game it is. I don't even know who's playing today. I'm not sure which games. I think we have, all right, so let's go through. I'll go through my picks. And if you don't like football, I apologize. Just keep stitching. Pretend I'm talking about something else. Oh, I gotta stuff this fabric out of my way. It's getting in my way. So let's see. Who's playing? So we got the Cowboys and the Saints are playing. No, they're not. Are they? It's the Cowboys and the Saints? No, it's the Cowboys and the Rams, right? Guys, help me out. My gosh. Hold on a second. Well, we're going to work through it while I'm sitting here, because we got the Cowboys. Let's see. Let's just think about who we have in the playoffs. We have the Rams. I think the Rams are playing the Cowboys. No. Holy cow, guys. My brain this morning. So, all right, the only one I can totally think of right now is I know the Chargers are playing the Patriots. And I have to say, guys, I think that this is the Chargers' year. I think that this might be, if Melvin Gordon can stay healthy, he keeps banging up his knee, and it's a big if because he keeps banging up his knees, they could go far. Them beating the Ravens last week with that defensive plan that they had was pretty amazing. Stifling that attack was pretty awesome. I am in the opinion, granted, let me just say this first, I'm not a big Patriots fan. Never have been. No way, I shouldn't say that. I was when they first got started, and then after a little bit, I was just like, all right, I've had enough of this. So I think that basically it's a matter of, okay, now everything's coming into my head a little bit. But I think that it is, unless the Patriots defense are capable of keeping the Chargers to, say, under 24, 21 points, I think that they're going to have a bit of an issue. I think that the Chargers match up very well with the Patriots personnel. And I think that they're going to have a hard time, Patriots are, because I think the key to beating the Patriots has always been getting pressure on Tom Brady. And if you can get pressure on Tom Brady, then they don't have the time to sort of set up, have all these little intricate little plays and whatnot. And so if he doesn't have time, if he's feeling harried, or hurried, then he makes mistakes. And I have seen him make the strangest mistakes I've never seen him make, like, forever. He doesn't have the arm strength. He doesn't have what little mobility he's ever had. He doesn't have any. He doesn't, he had a week off, so I think, that's good because he needs the rest. But I look at him as the way that I looked at Peyton Manning, like the last couple of years of his career, especially that last year when it wasn't the last year, but it's the second to last year. Brady's kind of at that stage now, whether or not he wants to believe it or not, but he seems to be at that stage where he just doesn't have the same level of, let's see, am I just going to scoot up here? The same level of ability that he used to. Okay, hold on, I'm just checking here. There's just something that's changed this year. And not having Josh Gordon now makes it hard because there's not really a deep threat. And if the Chargers are able to do what they did to the Ravens, then I think my husband's back home. Oh, that didn't sound good. I'm listening. Anyway, so I actually think the Chargers are going to beat them. If they don't, then it's going to be one heck of a game by the Patriots, and kudos to them. So we do have the Rams versus the... I'm going to tie this off. We have the Rams versus the... whatchamacallits? Cowboys. Oh, it really depends on what Cowboys team shows up. The Rams always have a hard time. Well, this year, they've had hard times with strong running backs. And that's exactly what Gurley is for, oh wait, I got one over here. That's exactly what Gurley is for the Rams. Is he's one of the strongest running backs that they will face all year. Okay, hold on. I gotta stitch here. Hold on. I gotta focus. What am I on? What am I on? Is it N? That's N. N. So I can come up here. I got a lot of filling in. I left a lot of filling in for myself. Dogs are all excited that Daddy's home. He went out to the store this morning, thankfully to resupply me with some Diet Dr. Pepper for the weekend because I neglected to pick some up. My fault. But go out early before people are trying to get out in the snow, and then get back home and settle in for the day. But so they have trouble. So if their defense can adjust, then I just don't know how they're going to slow Gurley down because there's so many options. But we'll see. We'll see. They've got good linebackers. We'll see what they're able to do because I could be totally wrong about this. I want good games across the board. Last week, outside the Bears game, which wasn't fun at all for me, there weren't very many good games. So I still, this game, I just don't know who's going to win this game. I got to think that Sean McVay, the coach of the Rams, is going to outcoach the coach of the Cowboys. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I think could happen. And there. I'm just all over the place with the stitching. I'm sorry, guys. You'd probably like stop talking and start paying attention to your stitching. I don't know. I mean, it's like if Dak Prescott has to have a good game for the Cowboys to win. Yeah, they can't win this game if he doesn't play well. So part of me wants to pick the Cowboys and part of me wants to pick the Rams. But if you held my feet to the fire... All right, hold on. Which, don't do that because that hurts. But if you held my feet to the fire... let me cut this here out. You know, the one thing about doing the loop stitch is that once you start the loop stitch, if you have to cut it, because I'm stitching like up here, I got to come all the way down here. I'm not going to drag it all the way down here. So then I go back to using the old method. The old method, unless you guys can tell me how to get past that. I don't want to drag it all the way down. Oh, so one of you guys had a question about the confetti stitches and like what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And that's what it looks like when you are, here, let me just cut this because that is that piece of thread. There we go, floss. But that's what it looks like. It's kind of all confettied, but to really see a true confetti would be to look at the back of old Rule Map 2. We're going to do that at some point. We might do that for next week. We'll see. But that's what it looks like. Ah, get away, confetti stitches. All right, so, all right, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, football. How can I forget? So I'm gonna come down here and put in a couple tiny little stitches down here. Just gonna make sure I'm in the right spot. So there's that. Okay, so I got this one, I do this one, and then I'm going to move it again. Now we're going to go way off script here for a second. So the dogs, notorious for getting into things, especially Zuzu, who's super tall and can get into just about anything around the house. We had forgotten, I had gotten Mark, my husband, I'd gotten him a, okay, hold on, I gotta be quiet for a second so I know what I'm doing here. here. Okay, hold on. There. Okay. As a Christmas fun present, whatever, I got him a bag of atomic fireballs. Atomic fireballs are basically like these red hot, just really hot in your mouth, kind of spicy hot in your mouth, burns your mouth kind of thing. And so I had gotten him some for Christmas, and we dug them out. I don't really eat them, he eats them, because I'm a wimp. And so we got them out, and we left the bag out. And they were like, it was a plastic bag, but all the atomic fireballs are also in little plastic bags. And Zuzu basically got into them when we weren't looking, and tried them out and didn't like them very much. Opened up like 3 packages and then left them all on the floor. Not 3 packages, but 3 tiny little fireballs, and then left them on the floor. I don't know if that's going to cure her of getting into those, but I hope it teaches her a lesson. Teach her a lesson. But it won't. She never learns. She's like, you know, 1 plastic package, atomic fireballs, the next one could be ice cream. You never know. Get a highlight for a second. But anyway, let's go back to football, shall we? So that's the game that I just don't really know, but I'm going to end up saying the Rams. I'm going to say the Rams fix the issues they've had. Jared Goff finally starts playing the way that he did the first 2/3 of the season, and we're able to do well. I think we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, and then the Colts versus Kansas City, also another good game. This might actually be. This is actually if the Colts beat the Chiefs in this game, they're going to be my Super Bowl favorite. Absolutely, because they're playing their best football of the season right now. And that's what matters more than anything. If Kansas City's defense is going to be fairly probably ineffective against Andrew Luck. And I would say that I expect Kansas City to score... let's see. Not Kansas City, sorry. I expect the Colts to score at least 3 touchdowns, minimum 3 touchdowns. Now, the key is the defense, the Colts defense versus Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and how they handle some of those super fast players, but also how they handle the big tight end. I think he's probably the key. If you can control Travis Kelce, then you can get this game. But I have a feeling that we're going to see the Colts basically try and do ball control with the Chiefs. And, gosh, I'm having all kinds of problems getting this thread, figuring this out. But if they can control the clock, and if they can put in, you know, at least 5-6 minute long drives minimum and get points out of it, then they could easily beat the Chiefs. And the reason why I say that is because the Chiefs really do need to improve their defense. Big time need to improve their defense. That they need to focus on that in the offseason. But I think that if the Colts defense is very dynamic, and they've got some great young guys that are very fast, and they've been scheming very well against other teams lately. I just see potential for the Colts to hold them in check just enough for Andrew Luck to just keep doing his thing. I don't know, but I mean honestly, I'm going to pick an upset here. I'm going to say Colts are going to beat, I think they play today, Colts are going to beat the Chiefs. It's going to be like a 30-21 kind of game. No, they're going to kick field goals. It's going to be a 30-19. How about that? And we'll see. And then we've got the Saints versus the Eagles. Now, this may be the one game that could be true blowout. I think that this is, hold on, time out. I gotta make sure I get this started correctly. I did not make my thread very long on this. I'm still working on that loop method. So pretty. All right. So, here we go. Let's get this better. Get out of the way. There we go. Anyways, so I got to think that with 2 weeks, basically, I think the Saints are going to play amazing. I think that they're going to just... They played the Eagles. Didn't they beat the Eagles pretty bad earlier in the season? I can't remember, but I think that this is a very highly motivated Saints team. And I think that it is... just not going to be close. I think this is where the amazing story of Nick Foles and the Eagles kind of goes away this year. Let's see, what do I say that? I just don't think the Eagles defense will be able to catch up to like Michael Thomas for the Saints. I just, in Kamara, I think that that's just not... I mean, they did decently. They did decently against the Bears. The difference is that Drew Brees is eons better. It just so better than Mitch Trubisky. Thinking back about that game, if Trubisky had played a much better game, we would have won that game going away. But he's just not there. But Drew Brees is there, and he will be dominating. That's my thought, at least. I think that, wow, where am I? Where am I? Oh, there's that. I did that already. Okay. And I did that already. Hold on, I'm finding places where I've actually stitched this color. So I'm just trying to make sure that I do the right thing. I did that, and that, and that's supposed to be that. Okay, that's good. Now come over here. Okay, I stitched that. Oh, I stitched this color some. I stitched it some. Did I go over here? Did I get this up here? Yeah, it looks like I did. Up here? Hold on. Hold on, crazies. Yep, down there. Yep, how about this third one here? Yep. Okay, I'm going to drag this all the way down here if I have to. I'm going to drag it down here if I've got to. Right there. Alright, all the way down here. That was a lot further. I had a couple of filling up there, but just a couple. So, I just don't think that the Eagles are the team that they were last year when they made their run. I think they don't have the running backs to control the clock. If you're going to face Drew Brees, you've got to keep him off the field as long as you can, but still score points. And I don't see the Eagles doing that. What they did, the points they scored against the Bears, is not going to cut it this week against the Saints. And I think the Saints are raring to go. We'll see. We'll find out. Hold on. I'm making myself dizzy by spinning my head back and forth here. There we go. Right here. And then I already talked about the Patriots game. So, in what I have for conference championships, Saints versus the Rams, which is how it should be because they've been the two best NFC teams all year. And then the Colts versus the Chargers. 4 seed versus 5 seed or something like that. If that's the way it goes, I see Saints versus Colts And if this goes like this, it goes Saints versus Colts, and then I see, oh man, I still see, okay, I know I said the Colts, but I feel like the Saints are like on a tear, like they're a team of destiny. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know. This is a really great football season, guys. I mean, really great. This has been one of the most fun ones to watch in quite a while, in my opinion. But, all right. Football. We got the football. Stitchy, 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 stitchy. So next weekend, I'm going to be up in the mountains with the husband, without all the critters. We're going to be going, it's our 4th year anniversary of our first date. And we haven't been up to this place in quite a while. And so we're going to go up. Maybe it'll be snowy. We shall see. Notice how the BIRDS's have not been, I've got them double covered with blankets right now. And it's kind of early in the morning for them to be all chirpy chirp. But because I'm talking about them, they'll know, and they're going to start chirpy chirping any second now. And I got that done. This right here. Here. Good. Good. Very good. Okay. And then right here. Yeah. Just had a thought in my head and it just went away. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Oh, so let me tell you guys about this bit of a, I got an email from a cross-stitcher who runs a Twitch channel. For those of you guys who may not be aware, Twitch is an online service kind of like YouTube in the sense that it's all video based, but oh man, hands are tight, sorry. Hold on. But it's a it's more of a, it's kind of like, it would be Nonstop Stitch with me, basically is what it is. And so there is a cross-stitcher that runs a YouTube Twitch channel, and she reached out to me the other day and said, hey, you know, just, you know, kind of telling her who, I still need to check out her channel. I haven't seen her channel yet, so I need to check out her channel before I link and everything to her, but she has a, what is called a Discord server, and a Discord server is basically an area where people who subscribe can basically have an area to talk, type, exchange things, put pictures of projects, you know, kind of a, just like a forum in a sense. And I gotta highlight, must highlight. And so I think it's a great idea. I had thought at one point that maybe someday I would Twitch stream. I don't know if I will. Knowing kind of how I am now, I can't see where I could sit still for that long and do that. But so she basically was talking about trying to introduce other cross-stitchers, and anyway, just kind of form sort of a network in a sense. And so, kind of a network, but I need to check her out before I say, hey guys, go check her out. And I don't, my apologies if you're listening, but I can't recall your stream name right off the top of my streamer tag, right off the top of my head here. Because my head is my head, and we all know how my head is. But anyway, sweet. Oh, I didn't highlight that part. Here, let's highlight this. So that's kind of cool. I do watch Twitch. Twitch is primarily known for being a video game channel. People go on and stream themselves playing video games. And that may seem strange to people, but I say, well, we all sit down and watch other people play sports, so why wouldn't we watch other people play video games? If somebody has a good conversation going, I'll listen to anybody, and I really enjoy it. So there are different people that I listen to on Twitch. I don't listen to Shroud as much as I used to. Shroud is one of the probably more well-known streamers. He always plays first-person shooter games like Call of Duty or PUBG, and so I don't watch him as much as I used to. And I like to listen to, there's this one guy I like to listen to. He streams Diablo for the most part, Diablo 3. And I like listening to him, but unfortunately he's so mellow that oftentimes I kind of can't listen to him a lot of times because I'll fall asleep. It's not because he's boring, it's because he's soothing. And he just, whoops. Did I cut that? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? I don't know what happened. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. Alright, let me try this again. Anyway, his name is Bloodshed, but it's spelled B-L-U-D-D, Shed. And I like him. He's very mellow and very chill. And so it's good to listen to him. There's a few other guys that I'm not going to be able to remember that I watch that stream other games that I enjoy, and I keep trying to find new people to watch. So I like good conversation, good people, good conversation. So we'll see. We shall see. Got that up there, and then I'm coming downhill. There we go. So anyway, so that's a new thing. So I'm going to have to investigate that. But I think it sounds great. I have no plans to put a forum on my blog, primarily just because I don't want to have to police a forum. And as awesome as you guys are, the community is getting a little larger, and at some point there may be a person or two that comes in that maybe doesn't share our sense of friendship and whatever, what our awesomeness that we have. And so and that's that's one reason why going through the comments helps me, is because I've yet to find anybody that has commented like rudely in any way, but I bounce that person as quickly as possible. And so I put up with nothing. And so anyway, So yeah, I don't have any plans for a forum on the channel or on the blog post. If you guys have been watching, I have been putting out some more information type articles lately. Just trying to broaden the scope of the blog and bring more people to the channel. But it's fun. It's just all fun. Doop doop doo. 2019 is going to be an awesome year. It's a very busy year as I foresee it for what I have planned in many different facets of my life. And let's see. Well, that's a stitch. It's just not a very good stitch right there, but I'll leave it for now. If it bothers me again, I will come and take care of it. Mwahaha. Go over here. But so with it snowing, I might do a snow video with the dogs, but we'll see. It's hard to keep them outside. They don't want to stay outside. Doogie only goes as far as the snow starts, and he goes to the bathroom, and then he comes right back in. He's like, I'm not staying out here. You guys are crazy. Doogie's like the anti-terrier, the anti-border terrier. He is like anything you read about what border terriers are like, and he is not it. He has no courage. He has very little brains. He doesn't like to be outside. The only thing that I would say that he does do that I've read about borders is that he does always want to be like right where you are. And he always has to be touching you. So if I'm sitting at my computer desk, he is usually under my feet, so to speak, like usually leaned up against one of my legs. Or if I'm sitting on or if I'm stretched out on the lazy boy, then he, what he'll do is he'll come up and sit with me. So he's my usual stitching buddy. So that I can always count on him for. Let's see. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. But I can't get him outside. Fargo goes outside very, very briefly. The funniest one is Coco, the long-haired dachshund. She will actually just go out. And it's funny because she's the shortest, or one of the shortest. There's an area where she's plowed like her path through the snow, and she just doesn't care. And Coco don't care. Nothing bothers Coco, except for when her daddy leaves. That's when she can't handle. She can't handle life when dad leaves. She barks at the moon, barks at the sun, goes crazy. But anyway, so she just plows through the snow. I mean, and then Zuzu just runs around and does everything, but she doesn't, like, if I could get her and Topher, there's a video I have. Oh, I need to find that video so I can post it at some point. But there's a video when she was younger, and her and Topher were playing outside. There was a really big snowstorm. Thank you. It was a really big snowstorm. We got several inches, and the trees had already gotten their leaves and stuff, so all the tree branches were really bent over. And we had this, and I think we've since cut that tree down, or cut the big branches down on that tree, so it doesn't really happen anymore. Sorry, I'm trying to get this set up here. But that is, but anyway, so there's this video where the two of them are chasing each other around and around the tree, and it's really cute. And Zuzu and Topher totally outwits Zuzu the whole time, so that's the other funny part about the whole thing. So boop. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. I need to do that. Also, I need to do the washing your Ada, like washing out stains in your Ada thing. So I want to put some soda on it, and I think I'll use that graphite pencil too. The most likely things that you would spill or get on your cross stitch kind of thing. Your cross stitch kind of thing. That won't take very long, so I need to just do it. Just do it. I was watching, this one channel I watch is really good on YouTube. And it's, I want to say it's called Business Casual. And it does these little videos about individual businesses and why this happened or why that happened. The one I was watching today was why eBay struggles, or why eBay has been struggling, and a lot of it just goes into the rise of Amazon, how Amazon competes with it, but primarily because you're only as strong as the number of people that use your site, and eBay has definitely lost people. And they still have a lot of people, but they've lost people over the years. And so, come way up here. So, but the biggest thing was, and I'd forgotten this, was that PayPal and eBay used to be the same. That PayPal was eBay's like way of paying for everything and whatnot. And there was this hedge fund guy. He's kind of famous for like trying to bring down companies, because he bets against companies and tries to bring them down, and he financially profits off of that, which makes him just a wonderful person. And so what he kind of forced with, I can't remember exactly how he did it, but he got PayPal to spin off. And when PayPal spinned off and became their own entity, that was sort of the beginning of the end of, oh, it was a big flock of Canadian geese going by. Nice. About a little late, isn't it, boys? We head south? I've noticed that. The Canadian geese seem to have taken forever. It's January, and they're just now coming through. They should have come through in November. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. But, so when it spun off, that was a big loss of revenue for eBay. And they ended up, they're just not done nearly as well. Like, they're talking about when they first went public, when they first were growing and they went public, their stock price like went up like over $50, and I think it went even a lot higher than that at one point. And now it's like 15 or something. Because the real value in the company was actually in PayPal. Did you know that Elon Musk was actually part of PayPal when it first got started? It's actually how he made some of his millions. I can't remember exactly how, but he definitely was involved in the early days of PayPal. Maybe it was when eBay bought PayPal that he made his millions, but no snack. But anyway, that's a story for another day, I suppose. But okay. So anyway, but I did that, and then I was watching a story on Apple. Oh no, wait, that was on a different channel. That was on a channel called Apple Explained, and I like Apple Explained because they don't. You would think that it would be like a channel that's biased towards Apple, and I don't think it is. I think it's fairly objective. But the video I was watching was discussing the XR, I think it is, the new phone that they just released, and basically how Apple is having a hard time selling iPhones right now. And it is, I'm fascinated by it. And part of the reason why I'm fascinated is because I owned an iPhone for a long time, like maybe 4 or 5 years. And I liked my iPhone. It was really, you know, it was good. You know, I was starting to kind of be jealous of the larger screens. This was back, I think I was doing like iPhone 5 or 6 or something. And I was jealous of the larger screens of like the Samsung phones and whatnot. But I was like, you know, I kind of didn't want to switch because I was comfortable and, you know, but what happened was I started having massive technical problems with my phone. Like every update would require me to have to go to the Apple store to have them fix my phone because it would inevitably lock it in a situation that I couldn't do anything with it. So, and that just made me mad, to be perfectly honest, because I'm like, come on. I'm like, why this shouldn't happen every single time. Because then the comment was always, well, maybe you just need to upgrade. No, I don't need to upgrade. Why do I need to upgrade like every year? Why does my phone fail this much every year? And then you start hearing, you know, things about the batteries and about how they were designed to only last so long. And I had a friend who was an Android phone person, and talking to him about it, and just talking to him about his phone and looking at his phone and everything, I finally moved over, and I'm not going back. I have a Pixel right now phone, and I love it. It takes amazing video, which is what I'm using right now, amazing video and pictures, and I want to hold on to it for quite a while. So, but Apple's pushing itself into a corner, or has been for a few years, or more than a few years, by marketing itself as the luxury brand, and having it be like, you know, the phones are several $100s, but the problem was that worked until they fixed their battery issue, and they fixed some of their phone durability issues and whatnot. And when phones started being more reliable, I'm highlighting, sorry guys, phones started being a bit more reliable, and you filling it in. I forgot to fill in some of the other stuff here. And when it got to be more reliable, you just didn't need to go out and get another phone. And why would you? If your phone was going to be like another $800, $900, why would you want to get yet another phone when your phone was working perfectly fine and you really liked it? So you have fewer and fewer, as the price of these phones are going up, you have fewer people wanting to upgrade, even within that area of, you know, where everybody loves their Macs, everybody loves their iPhones and everything. I'm going to go to a dark color. A dark color. Going down to the dark side. Which one shall I do? Alright, let's do this one. Can I do this one? Is there enough to do? Yes, there is. Let's go. We're going to go 640. 640, baby. And, so anyway, so it's just kind of like, it's like diminishing returns, and the returns are basically profits, diminishing profits, basically. So what was interesting this week was how, not this week, a couple weeks ago, Apple came out and said, hey, we're not doing well in China because China's economy is going down, people can't afford these phones, and we're going to start producing some of our phones in India because that's a better market, da-da-da-da-da. Boy, did they really blow smoke on that one. So the thing is it may be very well true that I know China's economy is not as good as it was like a year or two ago. Definitely, it's gotten a little worse. There's a lot of reasons for it. But the thing is that the Chinese are quite content with the phones that they have. Are they Huawei phones? I can't remember. I think they're Huawei phones. But the reason why they're content with them is because, well, one, they don't cost like a ton. You know, they're cheaper in the realm of cell phones. But the Chinese only use 2 major apps on their phone. And they use I want to say it's like a chat app and a commerce app. And I may be totally wrong about that. But I know it's basically like two basic apps that they use. And so, everything that they do is contained within those 2 apps. So they don't need like the iPhone apps. They wouldn't be able to talk to, you know, if they got iMessage and whatnot, they wouldn't be able to talk to their you know, talk to their family and friends that way. They wouldn't be able to do all the things that they do on their phones now, because they're definitely becoming a society just like ours of everybody's on their phones all the time. But so they don't need iPhones. iPhones are not what the Chinese want. And the problem is that so the fact that they're like, you know, well, we're gonna try and market in, well, that's not right here. We're gonna market in, we're gonna move production into India, blah blah blah. Well, the reason why they're moving into India is because, number one, like, iPhones don't sell in India. Again, because they're too expensive. They don't. The economy cannot sustain massive iPhone growth. I mean, if you could market a phone under $400, you have a much better chance. And what was the last iPhone under $400? So they're moving some production over there, and the production they're moving over there is the older iPhones, the 6s and whatnot. So when they say that, oh, the tariffs are too high and all this other stuff, it's not. It's really because they're trying to ingratiate themselves into the Indian culture and try to become a name. Now, the problem is that Samsung just announced that they were releasing a new phone in India, and they have a much broader presence in India already. And their phone is going to be cheaper than the iPhone, and they're going to be direct competitors. And it still comes back to the issue with, you know, the iPhone itself is sort of self-insulated. Like, if you're on an iPhone, like, use all the other iPhone, use the apps, and I don't know, maybe I'm just talking complete wrong here or whatever, but it's stuff that I've read and learned and listened to. But China's economy is going down a little bit, but India's is rising. They're definitely, you know, there's more jobs, there's more, you know, India is growing massively, and they're soon to be the largest economy in the world within the next couple of years. And so that is a big reason why you would want to go there. Okay, now I got to tie this off. A big reason why you want to go there, because they are going to be so big. But the problem is that unless Apple changes, because we know how it is. Once you kind of get into one area or another, like once you're an Android or an iPhone kind of person, iOS, you kind of stay there. And so if Apple is slow on the ball, they're not going to be, sorry, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing here. They're not going to have a great opportunity to get on board. Aha. So I got to do it this way. But anyway, it's all fascinating, guys. It's just so fascinating. You know, but the one thing I would say is that when a company makes an announcement about, oh, we got to do this because of this, don't believe it. The problem is, the thing that has bugged me about Apple for a while, and another reason why I kind of moved away from them, was just the lack of innovation. There's just, you know, back when say the first iMac or the Mac computer came out, or when get some more light here, or when the iPhone came out, you know, they were way ahead of the game with so many things, and now they're not. The world's caught up, and the world's passing them in terms of cool new products. So they need to find a visionary again. Somebody who can, and honest to God, I'm sure that person is in that company. There's somebody there that has been pounding the table for new products and new designs and trying something different, and they just need to listen to that person. Blah, blah, blah. Boy, I was talkative today, wasn't I? Gee whiz. Probably made 5 mistakes that you guys caught. Probably did. Probably. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I'm chatty Cathy today. Probably means I'll be quieter. As soon as I finish the video, I'll just be like, oh, I don't want to talk. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I got some done. I mean, you know, we got some of the lines done and, you know, we're making our way, but there's so much more to do. Does it even look like I got anything done? How did an hour pass already and I only got this much done? I was talking too much, wasn't I? I was talking too much. I'm sorry. All right. Well, this is where I'm going to stop for today. I'm going to still work on this today because I definitely need to get more of this filled in and get towards this next page. It would be great. But I'll put this up a little bit later and we'll go from there, guys. Yeah, that's I think that's it right now. Anyway, check out the blog if you want. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will talk to you guys really, really soon in the weekly update. We'll see what we get done this week, and we'll go from there. Have a good day.